Greetings, this is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and this is a review of the Orville episode 9. I guess there's 2 more left of the season. That's a very short season, because nowadays they only do 12 episodes. Kind of like a Silly Tribe. Yeah, tonight's episode was called Firestorm. And this is a very brief little snippet review. I don't do long-winded reviews. I let Trek Yards do that. For this particular show, I only do that. It's not that we don't have any association with Trek Yards. I'm just saying that let them do longer reviews. What amounts to us to be sort of a show modeled after stuff like the Silly Trek, like the Starcrackers, which no one has yet read, except for brief snippets. Yeah, they're not ripping us off, but it's interesting that the logic is thrown out the window. This episode was clearly meant to be Firestorm. Was clearly meant to be a Halloween episode, but it aired 2 weeks later. In the episode, there's an attack. They go into an anomaly field. Not a Silly Track. They go into an anomaly field and someone is killed. Now, in the Cillian universe, no one would be killed. It would be they would just be rescued by the Imagine deck. But that comes into play in this story. Yes, this episode was written by Mark Cards. No, it wasn't. But it should have been. It's something he would have written. Yeah, so tonight's episode had sort of a Night Terrors feel to it, crossed with the Ship in a Bottle episode of TNG, which pretty much tells you what the episode is kind of about, if you are familiar with those 2 episodes. The episode Night Terrors, Deanna Troi claims to be in contact with an alien that is threatening the ship, and it's spooky and scary. A little bit like Schisms, too. 3 episodes. Schisms, people were being trapped by an alien presence that was messing with them, and they'd use the holodeck to figure it out. And Ship in a Bottle, holodeck again. Moriarty wanted to get off the holodeck. There was a character on the holodeck. And there was a lot of trickery as to whether they're still in the simulation or weren't they, what was going on, the holographic character fighting the ship. That was the case here too, which means that that most of the ending we saw coming the minute she goes into the simulation room to punch the bag and blow it up. Okay, they're going to do that. All right, they're going to do that. Okay. But, yeah. But that's, because of TNG, watching it multiple times. Which this show is borrowing liberally from TNG, so why not? And a little bit of Voyager. Yeah, it's similar to Voyager, too. There was a couple episodes where they did that. There was one where where they didn't know there was a simulation of the ship being a worship type of deal. There was one where the Doctor was imagining himself the commander of the ship, and some others. But yeah, so this episode was about the security chief lady trying to come to grips with her issues concerning the death of a crewman, nondescript red shirt, or in this case orange shirt, who was killed on the ship. And it goes into a simulation thing. I won't give away the whole thing, but it does involve a holodeck type simulation at some point, going into an anomaly at some point, and apparently the ship going kablooey at some point. But are they in purgatory or not? There is reference to an evil clown, pirate clown or whatever, clown alien. The vampire clowns are hungry, they say at one point. There's a line that was from the trailer in which one of them says, we're in some kind of purgatory, and the guy says, is that like being married? And the other guy goes, yes. That was funny. But yeah, there were some good lines in this one. It was not bad. If there was a Mark Cards written episode of the show, it'd be very similar to this one. Whereas mine would have been that colony trapped out in space thing. I also would have done the one where they do the courtroom with the baby and change gender. I would have done that one. But I did not. I did not write. We did not write for the Orville. And I've heard some minor spoilers about the Star Trek Discovery, but I still do not. I'm not boycotting it or anything. I just don't want all access. I would rather wait until all 13, 14 episodes are available on DVD, which they inevitably will be on Blu-ray. Then I will watch all of Discovery. I'll binge watch it, and then I will do a review of the series. But for now, this is an Orville thing. So we're doing the Orville thing. Yes. So that's my review of Firestorm, of the Orville. I believe 8 or 9 episode. Sure. Might be 10. 9 or 10. Anyway, so yeah. Sure. That's it. And good episode of the Orville. I will own the Blu-ray when it's a box set when it's out. Yeah, so there you go. The Orville.